Hey man, so you got a lot of people are kind of torn between Jalen Duren or he's another Andre Drummond. And I was talking to somebody on Facebook in the comment section, and join us on Facebook. The link's in the description to say find me everywhere, and the link might be literally in the description straight to Facebook. But the link tree got all my social medias. That's where I'm most active outside of YouTube at. And he had an interesting point, to be honest with you. He said he's another Drummond. I'm like, has Drummond made an All-NBA team? I mean, Drummond made 2 All-Star games, 2016 and 2018, and he made 3rd team All-NBA. And he made 3rd team All-NBA, and you know where it gets spooky at? That he did it, he made his first All-Star game, I believe, in year 4. You know where else it gets spooky at? He made his only All-NBA 3rd team in year 4. So when I started doing the research, I was just like, I don't remember this. When I started doing the research, I mean, people saying he could be another Drummond. Kind of some of the research is researching. It's kind of saying he could be another Andre Drummond. Not elite offensively, not elite defensively. Drummond was a great rebounder, but he was missing that dog. And I guess when you see, brother Jalen Duren getting dogged out, damn. There we go. He went in the water, I didn't, but shout out to him. But your brother Jalen Duren getting dogged out and getting banged on and dogged out by Wendell Carter, and then you remember kind of, Andre Drummond kind of having those mental lapses, and people kind of saying he kind of mentally soft. I kind of see where people make the correlation at. You know what I'm saying? I kind of definitely see it. I kind of see where the correlation is being made at. But, in general, I mean, I mean, people just sour on him, but then you think that don't play a part? Whether if he get 40 or 35 million or something that I'm like, okay, cool, I'm happy with or I'm satisfied with, the backlash that he got from a city of a 23-year-old guy who can get so much better. And I don't know, Andre Drummond had a lot of physical talent too. Jalen Duren got a lot of physical talent. He made a huge leap this season, and most people probably in their mind attribute that leap to the contract year. Oh, it's the contract year. It's the contract year. And I'm not arguing none of that, man. And but Detroit big fellas are not a monolith. Andre is different from Jalen. I think Jalen will continue to improve. And that's my opinion on that. I've been in this. I kind of in the playoffs. You kind of messed up, and you're like, damn, man. You could have did better. But at 23 years old, I think he'd be a little bit different from Andre Drummond. People kind of make Drummond or he another DeAndre Ayton, and maybe people scared that you may hand him that money and he may be another DeAndre Ayton, and those are Caribbean brothers. I think Jamaican, Drummond is a Jamaican background, and I think DeAndre is somewhere in the Bahamas or something like that. So them 2 Caribbean brothers, I don't think Jalen Duren is Caribbean. I could be wrong about that. And, they tend to care more about soccer. They tend to care more about, Usain Bolt and stuff, and they have other things. So, but in general, I think we can't continue to have this negative energy around the young man. Social media is a strong tool. It's a powerful tool. And if he's going to be back, we should welcome him with open arms. We can't boo him or fuck him and he ain't shit. Man, that's a kid, man. Everybody learn at different paces, and I'm very much like that. Like, I might not catch on right away, but once I catch on, I master it. You hope that he catch on and master it. You hope that he catch, this motivates him to be a lot better and be better defensively and offensively. And I mean, you look at him, he has the total package. But once again, somebody might be like, well, we look at Andre Drummond and he has the total package, very similar to him. So, kind of the inconsistencies with Duren rebounding, but when Cade was out and he came back off his suspension, he did really, really well. I mean, he could pass, he got good coordination. And I just think for him, it's like just taking the next step, and, because you made a case that, maybe they should have got Sengun, and somebody was like, well, he's really, really bad, defensive rating. He's got a horrible defensive rating. And I'm like, yeah, You know, I think that could be fixed. You hope it could be fixed, but yeah, you handing somebody $287+ million. You'd hope they'd be great on one side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? And defense is mostly effort, and then with his offensive, with his physical ability, you know, his quickness, his speed, his ability to jump, you'd think he'd be a lot more elite offensively. You know what I mean? So, or defensively, excuse me. But I mean, us being negative towards the guy, you know, I don't think that's going to help the situation. You know, I don't think that's going to help the situation. He's going to be another Drummond. Maybe it might motivate him not to be another Drummond. But I mean, it's kind of hard to kind of see a guy like Drummond not have that dog in him, have all the physical ability as a Piston fan, and just not have that dog when it mattered. And then you turn around and you see Jalen Duren, same physical ability, maybe more physical ability, and him kind of not have that dog in the playoffs when it mattered. You know what I'm saying? But in general, I believe that he gonna get over the hump and be even greater. You know, 19-10 last year. I think that could be 25-13. He got too much God-given ability, you know, not to get those numbers. But I think he motivated. But us creating that negative bubble around him, bro, that ain't gonna help nothing, bro. Some guys, you know, from certain generations, and a few guys in this generation are strong enough to use it as motivation. You know what I'm saying? You know, but most of these guys from this generation is just like, you know, it deters them. You know, it makes them not focus. And especially in this generation dealing with social media, you know what I mean? So, you know, dealing with social media. So, yeah, it's a different, you know, it's just different. So I think, you know, people should support him, man. I ain't never saying, you know, trying to hate or something. And in the playoffs was a shock, but hopefully he motivated this year to come back and do it. And you hear people say, well, they figured him out. Okay, shit. He's 23 years old. He can be whatever he wants to be on that basketball court. That's the honest truth. He can be whatever he wants to be. Want to be Mutombo, want to be Elijah. He got that type of God-given ability. But the more they string this contract shit off with him, it's just seeming like, in my opinion, from what it looked like, and I don't know, I'm not on the inside, I have no sources, but it looked like this can be a long standoff that may turn this situation sour. And as much as the Pistons may not want to trade him, it's not to that point yet. But in my opinion, it's trending to the point where I'm believing that this thing may get to a point of no return, and they may have to trade him. This thing may get to a point of no return, and they may have to trade him. And he may be playing that hardball where, okay, I'm gonna hold out, and if they don't trade me, you know, I come and sign, and I'm gonna be an irritant in the locker room. Now, nothing screams that of his character. I'm just thinking about how the youth or the younger guys think today, and how I've seen guys in the NFL handle contracts, and guys in the NBA cry and get their way. So for the most part, he may cry and get his way. They might play the long game and force the Pistons' hand, because you don't want that negativity in the locker room. And maybe his whole thing ain't just about the chili, you know, the money. Maybe it's about some of the backlash maybe it's about some of the backlash that he got in the locker room. Maybe it was people saying this, saying that, a little bit of that. Maybe the coach is saying a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But then also you got to think about the shit that he hearing from the fans. Get rid of them. Like, dog, you want to play in front of the fans like that, bro? As I say, everybody talk shit, man, but the majority of us can't do the shit he can do. We can't. So, yeah, just think that, man, words have power. That keyboard you typing on got power. That shit got power. Don't forget that. That shit got power. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, wherever I'm at in the link tree. It say find me everywhere, hit that link. Peace.